Hello and Assalamu alaikum everyone. We are starting in few minutes, almost 3 we are starting. So wait for 3 more minutes. The session will start. Hello everyone. Honorable Harika ji here.
Yes, hi, I'm here.
Okay, fine. Hello Harika ji.
Hi.
Good evening and welcome to the session. Okay. So I'm just sharing few things about her. Very few. She will tell us her story. Then after this introduction. So it's a small introduction about her. Harika ji is a student and a Sangha member of Quantum Life University, QLU, founded by Dr. Newton, MBBS, MD, and Dr. Lakshmi Newton. Under the divine guidance of these masters, she has been trained and certified in the five major healing meditations of QLU, PLR, ICW, Breathe Mastery, FC, and LBL. She is also a soul coach trainer since 2011, from the time the Soul Coach Transformational Program (SCTP) has been launched. She has played a major role in the organizing team of past life regression conferences and in editorial team of Eternal Life Times Quarterly magazine. Pres- Presently, she is taking care of the creative and media department at QLU. Uh, Personal transformation, Harika was taught meditation by her mother when she was only 14 years old. Her entire family has been on the spiritual path through PSSM since then. As soon as she completed her graduation in fashion design from INIFD, she met the masters Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi during the 2-day PLR workshop for the first time. It was then that she started feeling that life is much more than she has ever imagined. She, along with her sister, chose to learn more from QLU and have attended all the courses within a year. After that, to learn more and to be part of the great vision of QLU, she dedicated herself to serving QLU. She even got married there, a second wedding performed by the masters themselves, Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi and Patriji. Together, Pawan and Harika, Pawan, her husband's name, and Harika are now living at QLU with their soul family. Yes, Harika ji, now over to you, and you have to just tell us about these the names I have taken like QLU. QLU is fine. The types of meditation I have taken few names. So hope she will explain all these. Yes, over to you, madam.
Thank you so much, Shailaji. And this is like everything, almost everything you have shared about me. That's really very sweet. Uh,
Thank you.
Welcome, friends. Good evening. And I'm so happy to be here today. I am from Quantum Life University. In short, it's called QLU, as our friend has mentioned. And I'm really, really delighted to be here today, sharing with you all about inner child. I hope you're all able to hear me clearly.
Yes, yes. Madam, I just want to request to everyone, please turn on your cameras, all of you, if you can, please. It's a great favor. Thank you. Thank you, Erika ji. Yes, everyone is here and everyone is listening. Your voice is clear.
That's great. Thank you. And yes, that would be great to see you all. And I feel like all of us are together in the same room if you turn on your cameras. So it'll be really nice. And I can already see some of our friends, and I feel so happy to see their faces. um, so, friends, I must say, inner child, healing your inner child is my favorite topic. And I'm so, so happy to be here sharing a little bit about this topic with all of you. Um, Mainly because inner child healing has helped me be here with all of you. Because of inner child healing, I'm here with all of you. So, how many of you have heard of this term inner child? How many of you already know about it? You can raise your hand or digital hand. Yeah. So I see one friend raising her hand, and yeah, another friend as well. So that's really nice. And for those of you who don't know about it, I'm here to tell you about it because it's really important for all of us to know about inner child, to learn about this beautiful aspect of ourselves. So, me, I Harika, as a child, was a very, very, very fearful child. I know it's really unbelievable. So many people tell me that I look really bright and smiling all the time. So it's really unbelievable that I was a fearful child, but the I was always a crybaby. I used to always cry a lot. And I used to be scared of anything and everything, even to just when I was in my 10th standard, then also I was very, very afraid to buy a chocolate for myself in that store where I have been to for the last 10 years of my life. From childhood, I've been seeing that store, that storekeeper. I met that person, but I'm really afraid to talk to them. I used to be afraid of talking to a auto and going home all by myself without my parents picking me up. I used to be scared to talk to my teachers or even my classmates for that matter. I used to have very few friends, one or two friends in the class, and I used to never talk to anybody at all, not even to my relatives. I used to only speak to my mother, and I was very afraid of my father. So if he's in a good mood, I would speak to him. Otherwise, no. And my sister, my elder sister. Uh, we are a nuclear family, and just the four of us used to be in the house. And so I'm so used to this family environment only, and I was never ever willing to come out. If someone would come to our house, I used to go into my room and lock myself in the room so that I don't have to speak to them. I used to run, and my parents tried to encourage me, motivate me to come out and say hi, hello to our relatives or our friends, but I would not. So they gave up on me and they just accepted me the way I was, and they said, okay, somebody is coming, would you like to go inside? Then I was like, yes, 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 I'm going inside. Once they are gone, please tell me, I'll come out. So I used to be like that. I used to be such an introvert, and all the time I used to be afraid of anything and everything. I used to not be a very good student as well. Means a good student, I mean not very good at studies. I used to be a very obedient person, but because of fear, not because I wanted to do all of it. Because, oh, if I don't do it, someone will scold me, someone will punish me. All these fears have ruled my life for almost, I can't say, until I started meditating. So once I started meditating, I just started having these thoughts. Why is it that I'm afraid of everything? What will happen if I don't run away when people come to my house? Of course, they are known people to my parents, so it's okay to say hi, hello. It's not a big deal. And why am I so afraid? So from today, why not I just try not to run away? Maybe I don't want to speak yet. It's okay. At least I will not run away into my room. I'll just stay in the hall. And if they ask me something, I will keep quiet. Anyway, my parents are very supportive, so they will answer on my behalf. So I started that way. After I started meditating, I started feeling somewhat courageous, to explore this option of not running away, explore the option of staying, and then gradually I could stay. And my parents were very surprised. How come you're not going inside? Okay, that's a good thing. So they accepted it. And then I decided the next step would be that I may not initiate the conversation, but I will at least answer to whatever they ask. I used to be very afraid of even telling my name. Even when I was in college, first day of the college, everyone wants introduction, right? Everyone wants to know each other's names. So when I was asked by my teacher, by my lecturer, to tell my name and where I'm from, I cried. Can you believe that? So I was like 14, 15 at that time, and I cried because I have to tell my name in front of 30 people. So it was a small college, small classroom, 30 only, but still that was a big number for me. I used to feel very sad and afraid. My lecturer was like, relax, relax. I will not ever ask you your name, but I have to call you something, right? So please write your name and show it to me. So I was that afraid. I was like having all kinds of inner child wounds. So after meditation, I started taking one by one steps. I decided I will answer. Okay. They will ask me for my name because I have such a low self worth. I used to answer with such low tone that they will not even hear what I just said. So they will definitely ask it 2, 3 times. So I have to tell so many times. It was such a big effort for me to answer, also to talk to respond to somebody. So I started doing that. And then gradually, I started building up courage to even ask their name. That was the third step. It's a big thing for me. Okay, my name is Harika. What is your name? That was a big thing I had to remember and do that consciously. It wouldn't come to me naturally because I was always so fearful. So gradually, I started making new friends, and I have happened to come across this Quantum Life University by Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi, because of my parents' encouragement. They were always very, very supportive in terms of whatever I wanted to do. So when I said I would like to do some courses over here, they were very, very encouraging. And I came here, I attended some courses, and one of the programs is inner child healing. And outside, I used to look really bright and happy. So when I was in college, everyone used to really feel happy around me and all. So even me and my parents were like, why do you need inner child healing? Your inner child is always active. You're always jumping and bubbly and joyful. Even I thought the same thing. I thought, yeah, why would I need it? Because at that time I was not aware that I'm having so much of fear in me. So I thought, okay, let me just go and see, explore, have fun, and come back. If nothing is there to learn, that's okay. I'll please go and have fun along with my sister. So that was the intention. And I went, I attended this program. And after attending this program, during this program, I realized that all these things that I was going through are not natural. It's not natural for me to be so afraid all the time, be so feeling so insecure all the time uh, around people. Go out alone, I used to feel a lot of insecurity, and to talk to anybody, I used to feel a lot of fear. So I realized that all this is coming from my childhood. In my childhood, I of course, I was a very pampered child by my parents. But before that, what happened was, when I was born, you know, it was not well accepted. They were not kind of ready for a girl child. So what happened was, my mother, in her heart, she was like, she was happy, but then she was like, oh, what will happen? What will other people think? And all of that. But then my father came in and he said, no, no, look at how beautiful she is. We will accept her. We already have a daughter. Now we have another daughter. No, no problem at all. I will talk to my parents. It's okay. They will accept her. Now, whatever is. That's it. So gradually, my mother started loving me even more and caring for me even more. But I realized in my inner child healing session that that one moment of fear that my mother carried, it was embedded in me. It was there in me throughout my life till that day. I didn't know that that one moment had such an impact, but it had. It really had a great impact on me, on my life. And gradually, when I grew up, also, my relatives always used to say that, oh, she is a little dark skinned, not like her sister. Her sister is very fair. She is not very intelligent. Her sister's first in class, everything. She's good at music and arts, dance, classroom, education, everything. But Harika is not like that. Everywhere they used to point me out and always say things. And I used to take it personally because a child is like a sponge. They absorb everything around them. They don't know what is good, what is bad. They can't analyze anything. They can't think and decide, oh, this is good, I should take this. This is bad, I should reject it. They don't have any such things. Whatever people around them say, they will receive it and they will believe it to be true. So that is what happened with me. Children actually don't filter. So I also didn't filter. I started believing that I'm not good enough. I'm good for nothing. I'm not at all worthy child. I am a very bad person. I am worth getting scolded. All these, all these kind of beliefs started forming in my mind. I didn't even realize that, it happens very unconsciously. It directly goes to the subconscious. The child is very pure and innocent. So they believe everything. If someone goes and tells them that you are divine, you're beautiful, they will believe that. And someone goes and tells them you're stupid, you're good for nothing, they will believe that also. So the sad part is many of us go through the negative comments. Not all of us, maybe. We also have great people around us, and even our parents really love us so much. But then, unknowingly, what happens is they think that they are trying to help us by scolding us, but then the child doesn't understand so much of logic. So some parents, what they do is they have lot of love for the child, but then to make the child behave in a certain right way, not to take wrong decisions, out of love and care, they will tell them strictly, no, you should not do it like this, you're very bad. So then what happens is the child doesn't understand all of that. Child will only understand you're very bad. So that is it. They start believing they're very bad. What happens gradually if the environment around them is very, very strict? They will become like me. Either they will become very shrunken and very afraid and scared, or they will become very rebellious. You know, I have gone through both. I told you, right? I was very afraid and scared and all. After my teenage, I started rebelling also. I started being the rebellious child. In the house, I used to get really angry. Until then, I used to be scared of my dad. After that, my shoutings were so much, my dad used to be scared of me. I was so violent and I was like, no, I am only right. You have to listen to me. All these things started coming up. Didn't understand what am I doing. I was surprised by my own behavior. And after I started meditating also in my teenage only. So I started asking myself, why am I behaving like this? Do I like it? No, I don't like it. I don't like shouting and all of that, because my dad shouts at me. I don't like that. So why am I shouting at him? Why am I doing that? But I couldn't control it. So I realized that all those suppressed emotions from childhood, whatever I have heard from people around me, oh, you're not good, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, all those suppressed emotions that were there during that time, when someone says you're really bad, you feel bad, right? But I couldn't say anything. I was a small little kid, right? Just like all of us. So a kid is very tiny. An adult standing in front of the kid looks like a giant. So if that kid is this much, the adult is this big. What happens if, okay, we are all somewhere around 5.5, 6 feet, right? So just imagine somebody 10 feet or 12 feet standing in front of you and shouting loudly at you. How do you feel? Even though we are grown ups, we will feel scared, don't we? We do, right? We all feel scared. Then what about that little innocent child? So that child feels really afraid and scared, but they can't express the emotions. They will only either cry or they will throw things around. If they throw things around, they will get even more scoldings. So they can't even do that. So sometimes if they cry also, they'll get scoldings. Don't cry, I'm telling you. So the child really feels very isolated and alone, very lonely. Child doesn't understand and doesn't feel understood by adults around them. So what they start doing is they start doing what the adults like, or they start rebelling. They start doing opposite things. Anyway, they don't understand. If I do something else, if I break something, some valuable stuff, at least then they will pay attention to me. Many times, if parents are too busy to attend to the child, even though parents may be working for the welfare and for taking care of the child only, But still, if their presence is not there, the child misses everything. It's like parents' presence is everything to the child. Everything. Even if you buy a big $1,000 gift to them, and you tell them either that gift or me being with you, child will always choose you. Child will always want to be with the parents and spend time with them, no matter how. So what they start doing is some children start becoming rebellious. Okay, to get my parents' attention, I have to get hurt. Or to get my parents' attention, I have to break this thing. At least they will scold me. Through that, they will look at me. They will talk to me. See, such a desperateness, Yeah, they want the presence of the parents. So for that presence, anything they will do. And children are so loving. Sometimes they will even take the pain of the parents unknowingly. They will think that, okay, if uh, if I take all the pain, if I take their sickness, they will be happy. So I will take it. That's why many of the people, they carry the same sickness as their parents. But that doesn't help the parents. Child doesn't know. Child is very innocent, right? So they just kind of take it. But now what to do? Okay, whatever has happened has happened. Now what? Do we sit and say, oh, because you did that, I became like this? Because you scolded me in childhood, I am going through all this. Do we say that? No, because parents never intended to do that. All the parents are the most wonderful parents. They have given us birth. That itself is the greatest gift. They don't need to give us anything else, anything at all. That itself is enough because we are alive today because of them. That itself is a gift. Gift of life is the greatest gift, right? So now we are not doing this inner child discussion or inner child healing work to blame the parents or to find faults. We are doing this to heal ourselves, to find out where the root cause is. Like when I found out that in childhood this is what has happened, I realized that I was throughout my childhood, throughout, until this time when I did the inner child healing, I was thinking that I love my mom like crazy, so I can't stay away from her. That's why I'm always, attached to her. But after inner child, I realized that it was my fear of losing my mom, because of which I was clinging on to her. It was not actually love, it was more than love, fear. Love was definitely there, just like every parent has for a child and every child has for a parent. But more than love was fear dominating my emotions. That's why I was always clinging on to her. But once I realized that this is what has happened in my childhood, I cried. In the session, I cried a lot and I released that emotion. Once I released that emotion, there was no longer any fear of losing my mother. And there was also anger that she rejected me when I was born. I released that anger also in my session, in my meditation. After that, I truly started connecting to my mother. And believe me, it is the most beautiful experience I have ever felt. I can't imagine my life without inner child healing. After I healed my inner child, I could truly connect to my mother and my father. I used to have a lot of anger towards my father because he was always, scold me whenever I would skip the school. He used to scold me. Oh, what will you do? Will you, just do nothing? You will be a uneducated child. You are like this, that. He was thinking that he is, by scolding me, I will be motivated to study. But it is not true. I started feeling more afraid and angry at him, which I couldn't express at that time. Later, it started coming up. But after inner child healing, I actually started looking at him deeply. And I saw that my father has gone through a lot of struggle in his childhood. He also has a lot of inner child wounds because when he was a young child, they didn't have enough money to study. They didn't have any support. His parents didn't support him to study. He wanted to study. He was very, very interested in studying, but he didn't get the support. He didn't get the financial support or even the motivation from the parents. So he struggled. He did all kinds of jobs and earned and studied. And then he earned his own profession that he's in. He was an accounts officer. He retired as a senior accounts officer. Wherever he was, he did it all by himself. He went through a lot of struggles in his family, in his personal life, financially, always. So when he himself was a wounded child, he had a wounded child within himself, how could he think any other way? He tried his best to give love, but through wound, how can anybody give anything else? We give what we have, right? I have two bananas. I can only give you two bananas or one of them, not more than that. So, what happened was I realized that my father did his best. Though he himself had his wounded inner child, he gave me all the best things. He supported me when I wanted to do fashion design. He supported me when I dropped fashion design and came into this path of teaching meditation and teaching inner child work, everything. He didn't say a word. He said, "You're doing best. You do whatever you makes you happy." That is what he did. They were best things also. And I couldn't see that as long as I had these inner child wounds. After I released my anger, my sadness, my fears, all of that, then I could see clearly that he also has a small little inner child which is wounded, because of which he was reacting that way. And it is not that he doesn't love me, he loves me so much. And after that, I had the best time with my father ever. And after around 6 years or 7 years after I attended inner child healing, and I had a really good friendship with him, then in 2016, he left his body. He passed away. But I didn't have any regret because I could connect to him, because I could heal myself. Of course, I felt sad. I still miss him a lot. But then, if I didn't do this inner child work before that, and if I didn't connect to him while he was still alive, I would have regretted it. Definitely. Because once he left his body, I can't connect to him and express the joy and love in the physical body, right? So so I would have really missed it. So now I'm glad that I am here with all of you, talking to you all, sharing this wisdom with you all, which is unbelievable for me at that point. This is all happening because of inner child work. So the most precious diamond that I hold with me is this. I want to share with all of you. I hope that helps you all as well. So there are a few points I'd like to share with you all. As a definition, what is inner child? So I have shared my story with you all. So you must have gotten some hint, some clue about this. The inner child is that beautiful, that pure essence of ourselves, which is like a beautiful flower, very vulnerable, very sensitive, very true, pure, and very much you. It is very unique. So, what happened to this unique, beautiful, vulnerable, truthful essence? Are we all living with that essence? Are we all living with that pure joy and bliss? If you look at children, they are so happy, so blissful all the time. Are we living like that as adults as well? Are we really that happy? If not, why is it so? What happened to this pure essence? Is it gone? Has it vanished? No, it didn't. It's always there within each one of us. No matter how old we are, no matter how much of struggles we might have gone through, No matter what happened in the past, no matter how much ever things you may have gone through in the past, it is still there in each one of us. The most, according to us, the most cruelest person to the bestest person, all of them have their inner childs, inner children intact in them, within them. So, where is it? What happened to it? Why is it not coming out? Because of all these words that this inner child has heard from childhood. Yes, it is covered. It is covered by layers of fear, layers of insecurity, layers of all kinds of what do you say, negative thoughts about themselves. The inner critic is so active in each one of us. No matter small mistake also, we will blame ourselves 10 times, 100 times for it. What was that thing that you always keep remembering and blaming yourself about? That must be something really small. Maybe you've forgotten to keep the bottle in the fridge or to put the socks in the washing machine. But we keep on scolding and criticizing ourselves constantly. Why do we do that? Because in childhood, maybe that is what happened to us. Maybe that is how our adults have behaved around us, and we learned it. Our mind has programmed that way. So now it is time to recognize that all these thoughts are not true. All these thoughts are just thoughts. You don't need to believe all the thoughts that tell you that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not lovable, I'm not loved. You know, every time I used to cry, no matter what the reason was, maybe I have saved two gulab jamuns for myself, two sweets for myself, and two for my sister, and one is missing from mine. And I start crying. Then also, I used to feel, oh, nobody loves me. I used to cry that way in childhood. I'm telling you, not now. And maybe my favorite thing fell down and broke. There was a favorite vase, a flower vase, on my table, and it fell down one day and it broke into pieces. I felt really bad. I started crying. I was saying to myself, "Oh, nobody loves me." And one day I caught myself. What? It's a flower vase that fell down and broke. How is that related to somebody loving me or not? Right? So when I saw when I saw that this kind of weird thoughts keep coming in my mind, I realized, yeah, I realized that this is really my inner child, my wounded inner child, that is telling me all such things, and it has nothing to do with the reality. It's just my thought, it's not reality. And when I said, really, is it true that nobody loves me? I was like, no, of course everyone loves me. Everyone takes good care of me. Everyone talks nicely with me. So why am I even feeling this way? When I did my inner child healing, I realized that this was my core, what is your core belief that was formed in my childhood because of my childhood experiences that I have gone through. So, what is your core belief? What is that one thing that keeps coming to you when you are sad or when you are upset? You can just look within. You don't need to tell me. You can just look within and find out. When you find out, next time that kind of thought comes within you, that kind of thought arises within you, you can tell yourself, oh, my dear inner child, you don't need to worry. It's not true. It's just a thought. You can start saying that. After I did my inner child healing, it was not over. I still do. I still continue. I still have some fears in me. Not as many as I used to have, much, much less. But whenever I see that there is some fear thought arising in me, and whenever I see that there is something that is bothering me. Maybe there's a class like this I have to share. And earlier I used to feel a lot of tension and worry. Oh, what will I tell? What if people don't like it? What if they say that this is, she's just talking about herself, blah, 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 blah. All this, mind keeps telling you so many things, so many stories. So whenever those kind of thoughts come, I tell myself that it's okay. It's okay. My dear inner child, you don't need to feel so anxious. It's perfectly all right. You just share what has touched you deeply, and that's it. It's perfectly all right. No matter who likes it or not, no matter if you make mistakes, also, I still love you. I'm still there with you. When I started saying these words, I really started healing myself. And I do this in front of the mirror. I'm sharing this because maybe it will be helpful for you as well. So, these are some of the tools, friends, that I keep using for myself, which I feel that will be very helpful for you as well. These are certain things that I suggest to everybody, all my friends, all the people that I meet. If anyone asks me, what do I do? I have this and this problem. Most of the problems are related to our childhood beliefs, okay, and our beliefs about ourselves. So, in case there's anything bothering you, so there was this really good friend of mine recently. He was saying that whenever I go to sleep and wake up, especially in the afternoons, if I sleep and I wake up, I feel so anxious. I feel like my heart is beating really fast. And it goes on for almost 40 minutes or so. That's why I don't sleep in the afternoons, even if I feel sleepy. So I said, why don't you heal it? He was like, oh, how do I heal it? I don't even know where it is coming from and why this is happening with me. Then I asked him to try to remember what happened in the childhood. Did anything happen when he was sleeping? Was there a phone call when he was sleeping in childhood which had bad news? Because that is what happened with some of the clients that we dealt with. There was one person who had this anxiety attack whenever he would fall asleep in daytime and in night times also sometimes. So he used to have really a bad time for, he couldn't rest at all properly. When we don't have proper rest, we can't do properly, right? We can't work properly. We can't do anything well. So he came to us, and when he went back, he saw that he remembered that when he was sleeping, he suddenly had a phone call which told him that his father met with an accident. It was a major accident. And that is when it started happening. From then, gradually, it started increasing. This anxiety whenever he would go to sleep. Oh, what if I hear a bad news? What if I miss it? What if I'm not there and something bad happens? Because of this, he started developing this anxiety. So when I guided this friend as well, he also found out something very similar. And when I guided him to just hold the inner child, the inner child is right here in our hearts, all of us. And when you just close your eyes and place your palms on your heart and try to connect to this inner child, it's always there. And you can tell that inner child, my dear inner child, that was in the past, that was in the childhood. And I am a grown up. I am a grown up adult here to help you out. I am with you. I will take care of you. Yes, maybe in childhood you have gone through a lot of struggles and I was not there with you. But now I'm here. Now I will take care of you. I'll support you. Even if everybody around you criticizes you, I'll always support you. Even if you make mistakes, I'll be there with you because I know you learn from every mistake. And it's perfectly fine to make mistakes. I keep telling these things, So I guided this friend to tell that, oh, that happened in the childhood. You don't need to worry. Now I am there. I will take care of everything. You can sleep well. After that, he could sleep well and he could really rest well. He felt very happy. He was sharing with me yesterday also that he has He feels very peaceful now after talking to his inner child. So we all need to connect to our inner child every now and then. In fact, every day I do that, and it really helped me a lot. There are many ways to do that. One is the way that I just shared with you. You can simply close your eyes, place your palms on your heart, and feel the presence of this child, this vulnerable, beautiful child within you, and say all those words which you always wanted to hear from your adults, parents, mother, father, teacher, and anyone very important in your childhood. What is it that you wanted to hear? First, you can write it down, note it down on a paper, in a book, or on your phone, anywhere you're comfortable. I always wanted to hear from my father that, Harika, you can do it. I wanted to hear that one statement, though he felt it in his heart. Later, he shared with me, I'll share that as well. So I always wanted to hear this one statement, Harika, you can do it. He never said that. So when I did inner child healing, I started telling this to myself, and I felt so better. And I started having tears rolling down my cheeks. And I felt that healing happening within me. After inner child work, what happened? I want to share one more incident with y'all, and then we will do the meditation. So, after I came back from the inner child retreat at QLU, I went back home, and every time my dad used to get angry at me, until that point, I used to give back. I used to shout back. As I said, I was very rebellious in my teenage. So after I went back, there was one incident where my dad was really furious, angry, and he started scolding me. And my mom and my sister used to just go inside their rooms and lock their doors because we are going to shout like anything and they can't take it. So they were like, oh my God, another war has started in the house. We'd better run away. But I was not saying anything. I was trying to observe and look at his inner child and really hear what he's trying to say. See, friends, when our inner child is wounded, we don't speak like normal adults. How do normal adults speak? Like very mature, very wise. If there's a mistake, you can always tell them that I think this can be done in this way rather than doing it this way. This would be more beneficial than this. So it can always be communicated in a very, very non-violent way. But what happens when we become reactive? It's not the mature adult that's talking. Many of us, even though we are grown ups, we speak like uh, children, children who are triggered. What will the child do when the child is really angry or upset? They'll throw things because they can't communicate, or they'll scream, they'll shout, they'll yell. That's what we do. Even though we are adults, sometimes we forget that. This inner child comes out, this wounded inner child comes out and starts screaming, shouting, and all of that. So I was trying to look at his inner child and try to listen to what he's actually meaning to say. So when somebody is actually yelling at you, they're actually saying, please look at me. Please listen to me. Please understand me. I want to be loved as well. Please share your love with me. That's what they're actually saying. That's the inner meaning of any shouting, any screaming. Though it might sound very weird, very different, it is true, friends. One day, me and my sister were having a argument, and she was saying, "You're never there for me. You don't care for me. I'm always giving you all the things, and you're not there with me, and this and that." And I didn't understand. I was always there with her. So I was like, when was I not there with you? Whenever I tried to make my point, she would get even more aggressive. So I stopped, I paused, and I really looked deeply and I asked her, are you missing me? And she paused. She started crying. She said, yes, I think I'm really missing you. You were away for a few days and I was missing you. And that's it. The fight got resolved. As long as I was trying to make my point, it never got resolved. When I really looked deeply into her eyes, into her heart, it resolved. So that's what I did that day with my dad after going back from inner child healing retreat. And I was not shouting, though I was feeling like I was observing myself because I was just new, right? So it took me some time to hold back and really understand and all. But I tried my best. And I didn't shout back. My mom and my sister were very surprised. What's happening? Why is she not giving back? She should give back, right? She's going to start now, now. And I didn't start. For 1 hour, I kept quiet. He shouted at me for 10 minutes and he stopped talking. Entire house was silent, waiting for what is going to happen next. Whose bomb is going to come next? And how is this war going to end? Is this a silent war? What is happening here? So I was just observing my breath and observing my feelings, myself. It was so tough. Um, and then I kept quiet. After some time, my dad comes back after 1 hour and asks me, "What happened to you? Why are you not reacting?" I said, "I just didn't feel like reacting." He asked me, "Okay, is this the effect of inner child that you did?" I said, "Yeah, maybe. That is, I guess that's what it is." And then I asked him, "Nana, what do you like?" Like, I love to paint, and my sister loves singing and playing musical instruments, and my mom loves gardening. So, what do you like? I asked him. He again got pissed off. He said, "I don't have time for all these silly things, silly stuff, and questions, and to do all these unnecessary things. You don't have anything to do, anything good to do. That's why you keep doing all of that." So he just said that and left. I felt really bad, but again, I tried to compose myself and stay calm. After again half an hour, 1 hour, he comes back and he showed me one very old paper. It became yellow and it was torn and it had a drawing, pencil drawing on it. He told me that it was him. He drew this, he made this pencil drawing when he was a kid, and he was very happy that he could draw this kind of a thing. It was really beautiful, and he was very excited. He went and showed it to his parents, and his parents scolded him like anything. They said, "Are you gonna do this? You're not good for anything anyway, so you're gonna draw now. All this, you stupid, this, that." All those words they said, and he cried a lot and he kept it aside. He never showed it to my mother also, all these years. I was 19 years old by then. And that day he opened up to me because I was able to hold this space. I was listening to him from my heart, not just from here. And he opened up and he shared. My mom came in and she was surprised. "You never shared this with me." I said, "You never asked." She asked. And then he was very proud and he was saying, "I feel so happy and proud of you whenever you paint. So I feel that it is my quality that I passed on to you." I never knew that until that point. I never knew that my father felt so happy that I was painting. I didn't know. So that day he opened up, he shared his entire life story. He opened up like a small baby, all his vulnerability. He even let his tears come out. Usually, fathers don't let their tears come out in front of children, right? So, but he allowed himself that day and he shared a lot of things about his life. I'm so happy I could spend that moment with him. This is the kind of transformation in my relationships that I have seen. I'm sharing this not because I'm something, just because I know that we all can heal our relationships by healing ourselves. I didn't try to change anybody, friends. I only tried to change myself, my reaction, my response. I'm still doing that. There are times when I still feel reactive towards certain people, When someone gets angry at me, even I feel angry. Then I just tell myself, oh, relax, calm down. Listen to what they are saying, not their words, but what they actually mean. I try to tell myself and I keep trying. I am still on the journey, just like all of you. And I'm so glad I got this opportunity to share with you all. So thank you. I'm seeing the comments now. Thank you, Sahaji. So my sharing is very valuable. Thank you so much. I'm glad it was valuable and it was helpful. And another friend is saying sometimes we forget who we truly are due to the poison and negative emotions that we got from the society and family and make it as an agreement and believe that agreement. That is so true. Looks like you've also read the Four Agreements book. It is so true. Yes, I love the Four Agreements book. That's the first book I read after my college. So I love it. And it is true, all these negative thoughts that come into our mind, that are registered in our mind, are like poison and it eats up our energy. There's another beautiful master, Don Juan, and he always says that we use up all our energy in holding on to the suffering. Why don't we use the same energy to let go of the suffering? And it was mind blowing statement for me. Oh, is it? Am I using so much of energy to hold on to the suffering? And I can just let go of it. Is it that simple? Maybe it doesn't sound simple to our brains, our minds, but maybe it is simple. Why not we just give it a try? And the more I have let go of my unnecessary patterns, unnecessary beliefs, thought forms, everything, the more I am feeling energetic and bright, friends. As I told you earlier, also, I was very bright, but it was coming from a kind of pleasing attitude, you know. If I am bright, then only others will like me. That kind of attitude it was. It was not a real smile. But now I know it is my genuine smile. Whenever I smile at somebody, whenever I'm expressing my joy, I know it is very genuine and others can feel it too. So it is a great gift to ourselves when we let go of these unnecessary thoughts. So someone's asking, can you tell me the way to heal my inner child? Definitely, I'm here for that. So, one way I will just give you some of the ways that I have done, I have worked on myself. There are some ways that we can do regularly at our home, all by ourselves. We don't need anybody's guidance for that. And one of those ways is to, as I earlier explained, you can just place your palms on your heart and close your eyes and try to make friends with your inner child. Just talk. Just talk to this child. You can call this child with your own name, whatever your pet name was in childhood that you really liked and all. So you can communicate this way and tell those statements that you've always wanted to hear from your adults, from your caretakers. That's one way. Another way I always do is looking into the mirror. So Louis Hay is one beautiful author who taught us mirror work. Mirror work is an amazing tool. What I do is I combine mirror work with inner child work. So I look into the mirror every morning and into my eyes and I call my name. Initially, it was very weird that I'm calling myself. What is this? But just continue to do that. Call yourself and be friends with yourself. When I became my own friend, entire everyone around me became friends with me. I started having true friendships, true bonds, true connections, which are not binding, which are liberating, which are, all my friends we all help each other to grow. Earlier, my friendships were different. Now it's all different. So, second tool is look into the mirror, look into your own eyes, talk to yourself, be friends with yourself. Just say hi. Hi, Harika. I say this to myself. Hi, Harika. Very nice to meet you. And yeah, so what do I say? Initially, it is a little embarrassing. So, what do I say? I used to say, okay, so how are you? How old are you? Or something, anything. So, one day I was feeling very jealous of a friend for something that they have. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a meditator, I'm spiritual, I should not feel jealous. What will happen if someone gets to know that I'm feeling jealous? I should immediately suppress this. I tried doing all that. Okay. And then I told myself, did I not tell myself that I love and accept myself no matter what? So I went into the in front of the mirror. I looked at myself and I said to myself, okay, Harika, I understand that you're feeling jealous and that's okay. I will not tell anyone. It's between us. It's our secret. Okay, that's fine. It's okay. You're feeling that and I accept it. I accept you just the way you are. When I said that, in that moment, all my jealousy got cleared. Everything just dropped. It dissolved. So this mirror work combined with inner child healing, these statements, all those words that I wanted to hear from my mother, my father, my teachers, I keep saying those words by looking into the mirror, into my eyes, and I say those, Harika, you can do it. Harika, you are amazing. It's okay. You have made a mistake at work today. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. I'm still supportive of you. I will not scold you. I say all these things on a daily basis, whatever is happening in my life. I keep saying, I keep approving of myself. And this is not spoiling yourself, friends. Don't think that, oh, if I approve myself for every mistake, also, what will happen? I'll keep making mistakes. No, no, not at all. In childhood, one day I couldn't handle a glass bottle and it fell down. It broke into pieces. I started crying. At that time, my mom and dad were sleeping. It was early in the morning. And my mom came. I was like this. Oh, please don't hit me. Don't scold me. Don't. And my mom was very surprised. She just held me closer to her. She asked, did I hit you? No, you don't have to be so afraid of me. Why are you so afraid? I said, I made a mistake, so you're definitely gonna scold me. You're definitely gonna hit me. They said, no, I'm not gonna do that. Because I broke so many glass bottles so many times. You're just a kid, my dear. How can you handle such a big bottle? It was too huge for me also. Even I wanted to get rid of it. So don't worry about it. We will just clean it up together and we will tell dad that I broke it. Don't worry about it. And from that day till now, I didn't break anything. So when you accept your mistakes, it's very healing. It's beautiful. So this is another tool. And if you feel that you have really deep, deep traumas, there's some really big thing that happened in your childhood, then you can take a help of an inner child facilitator. You can go through some personal sessions also. But mostly, if you start doing this thing, talking to your inner child every day, saying hi, hello, that would be very helpful for your future healings. In case you require, you will be prepared by then by doing all of this. And when you try to speak to your inner child every day, initially it might not respond immediately. This inner child voice is just like an intuition voice. It'll sound like you're talking to yourself, but believe yourself, believe your experiences, okay? And you will start hearing it. I saw that my inner child was totally frozen because of all those words, negative comments that it was hearing, all the time. It was totally frozen. It was not willing to receive anything, not even love. It took me quite some time to make friendship with my inner child. In case that happens, don't worry, it will be fine. Gradually your inner child will start trusting you and will come to you because you're meeting your inner child after so long. So it needs some time. All kids take time to make friendships, right? They will first hide and look at you, then they will show you their toys, then they'll start coming to you, and then they will play with you. That's how they make friendship with you, right? So it'll take a little while. In case you're not feeling like it's coming to you, it's okay. Be patient. So thank you so much. So yes, thank you. We will have meditation definitely. And if there are any questions, please feel free to just drop a message over here. If I have missed anything, I'll check that during the meditation time, and I'll answer you after the meditation. So we will start meditating now. You all know how to meditate, so but still, I'll just tell you some instructions. You just clasp your fingers, cross your feet, close your eyes, and just sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Be with the breath. Observe your breathing. Normal, natural breath. If there are any thoughts coming in, just observe them. Don't get attached to any thought. Let the thoughts come and go like passing clouds. All thoughts are coming from the past. We need to dwell into the past. Past has no power over us unless we give it. Some of our thoughts are coming about future. Future is in our hands, in the present moment. So don't dwell into the future thoughts. Life is happening right now, in the present moment. Your breath is the anchor to the present moment. Whenever there's a thought that will distract your attention, gently, with a beautiful smile, bring yourself back to the breath. You don't need to criticize yourself. It's okay. Remind yourself that you have decided to be in the present moment and observe your normal, natural breathing. To be with your breath. Not all our thoughts are true. Don't need to believe all our thoughts. Know that, my dear friends. Remind yourself, not get attached to the thoughts. Let go of the thoughts. Breath. As you continue to be with your breath, allow yourself to connect your inner child right there within you. Through your breath, you can connect to this little child self of yours. How old is this inner child? How is he or she doing? What is your inner child saying to you? Does he look happy or sad? Does she look scared or joyful? Slowly approach this inner child with all your love. Look into her eyes, into his eyes, and tell this child, I'm there for you. I love you just the way you are. I'm sorry I didn't come to you till now, but from now onwards, I will keep visiting you. We will always be together. I will not judge you, I will not criticize you. I will take good care of you. Feel how this inner child is feeling when you say these words. How is she responding? Is she able to accept and believe your words? Does she want to say something? Listen to her. Listen to him. Thank the inner child. Tell her, tell him that you will always stay connected from now on. Tell her that you know that she's always there within you with this beautiful feeling connecting to the inner child. Come back to being aware of your breath. Now, as you observe your breath, bring this awareness to the waking state. And whenever you're ready, you can slowly place your palms on your eyes. Gently, with a beautiful smile, remove your palms and open your eyes. Welcome back, everyone. It was very nice meditating with you, though I was aware, open my. Uh, so, uh, that have some questions probably. Anyone has any
Yes.
questions?
No, no. If I'll ask if someone has question, please raise hands. She's here with us after meditation. So if you people want to ask something, she has shared so much with us and she explained briefly. So if you people have questions, so please ask. Yes, Shazia, unmute yourself, please.
Yeah, hello and assalamu alaikum. And
जी वालेकुम
thank
सलाम.
you so much. Thanks a lot. This is the new phase of our life to face this thing. And it's an incredible idea. I never had this understanding कि हम अपने inner child healing कर सकते हैं. And yeah, the things that you told us about your childhood experiences, हम अपनी सराउंडिंग में ये देख रहे होते हैं कि पेरेंट्स समहाउ दो कितना भी प्यार करें अपने बच्चों को मगर स्कोल्डिंग करते हैं मगर और हम वर्स सिचुएशन देखें बिकॉज आई एम द चाइल्ड राइट्स एक्टिविस्ट तो मैंने ये भी देखा है एंड केसेस हमारे पास आते थे जिसमें छोटे बच्चों को अब्यूज किया जाता है पीपल यूज देम एंड चिल्ड्रन आर विक्टिम्स वो अब्यूज और बुली और दूसरे वर्स्ट जो एक्ट्स होते हैं तो हाउ कैन वी हील देम क्या उनके साथ हमें करना चाहिए कि उनके जो नेगेटिव एक्सपीरियंसेस थे चाइल्डहुड में उनको हम कुछ बेहतर कर सकें थैंक यू सो मच
Thank you, Shajia ji, for this beautiful question. That is true. सही बोला आपने कि बहुत जगह बहुत कुछ होता है. There's a lot happening in in the world with children. There are physical abuses, there are sexual abuses, there is emotional abuse also, and people don't realize it. Some things are really deep, especially the sexual abuse. Is very very deep. If it's a physical also, it's very deep. So uh, those children will probably take a little long time. They may need more sessions, but you can always help them. We can always help them. We need to be trained as a inner child facilitator, and we need to know how to deal with children of which age. Children, if they are very young, we need to deal in a different way. If they are grown up and they have gone through some kind of abuse in the childhood, they will have a different kind of guidance. So they need guidance really. And it is very important for all of us to do this inner child healing so that we can help ourselves and help each other. It's true what you said, they all need it. So, how you can guide it as of now is by making them aware of meditation first and then about their own inner child. So, what happens when a child is abused is usually the child is so innocent, they think that no matter who abused them, it's their fault. It's my fault. They feel that way. A child is so innocent and pure, they feel that adults are already always right. We have been taught that way. Adults are always right. I'm only the one at fault. I only make mistakes. Adults don't make any mistakes. So, first of all, they need to be taught consciously to tell themselves that they don't need to feel guilty. It's not their fault at all. It's not their fault. It's not their mistake that somebody else has come and abused them. They can leave all the consequences to that person. I know it is a little tough. It's not as easy as saying. We have dealt with many people who have gone through very, very tough, abusive situations in childhood. So I understand it feels really tough to let go, but only when they let go of it, they feel free. Otherwise, what happens is they create a lot of illnesses also in the body unnecessarily by punishing themselves. They just kind of create a lot of things like cancer or, you know, menstrual cycle issues or many other things. So they need help. And if they are willing, you can always guide them and tell them that they can even now, no matter what happened in the past, they can heal themselves, they can be free from all of that. Please guide them. And if you, as you are already serving all these beautiful children and all, you're already doing so much of social service. If you can also understand more and study more about inner child healing, it will be very helpful for you, and for through you, for so many people. So I hope that.
True, true, true. Yes, anyone, please
So
unmute if you want to share or we want to ask something.
yeah. So I
If
see in
any question.
comments that Mona ji has asked one question twice. I must answer this. What
Yes.
should we do to support our child for their upbringing? How should we treat them instead of scolding? That is a very valid question, Mona ji, and so true. Whenever we hear about inner child work, we first think about our own children. How do I give a better parenting to my kids? Now, whatever has happened with me is already done. Now, what do I do now? Yes, Lean. So I understand that we are very, very keen on this. So, what we need to do most importantly and primarily is to heal our own inner child. As I said, what I have is only what I can give. If I am still carrying a lot of inner child wounds, that's what I will pass on to my children. So, first thing, first responsibility of every parent or every person who wants to be a parent is for them to heal themselves constantly. Keep be aware of your behaviors, your reactions, your patterns, your thought patterns, your beliefs, and everything. And continue to talk to your inner child, continue to heal your inner child. There are beautiful books and beautiful programs from QLU also, through which you can heal yourself, and you can really help yourself. By helping yourself, you are directly helping your child. Okay, so why we scold the child, why we hit the child is because we have been treated that way. We give what we get. Okay, so we have still not processed that emotion from the childhood that we have gone through. We didn't know how to react when someone was scolding us and hitting us. It was a big shock. The same parent who was talking to me very lovingly till now, what happened to them? Why are they yelling at me? The child doesn't understand. So in that confusion, we also become like them. So now what you need to do is you have to first heal yourself, compose before reacting, before scolding, before anything. You first come back to your center, and then only you start speaking. And when you start, you open your heart and you start telling the child, you explain the child. Every child can understand when you say with love. As I said about the bottle incident, the glass bottle incident, I have never broken any bottle afterwards. Even now, I carry a glass bottle, and so far it is good. Even if I break it, I'm sure I will not scold myself. So, because I had critical parenting, I used to be very, very critical and judgmental of my friends. But because of their love and my husband's love, my husband is very, very unconditional. I am very lucky to have him. And he never judges me for anything. I keep asking him, I made this mistake. I made this blunder. You should scold me, right? He says, no, why would I scold you? You realized it. That's the point. So when you say, when you explain with love, anyone will understand. But they will take their own timing, their own pace. So you don't need to worry. You just start healing yourself. And who else is asking? Can you please tell us what are those books that can help heal ourselves? Yes, yes. There's one beautiful book by John Bradshaw called Homecoming. Amazing book. I'll just type it in the comment section. Homecoming by John Bradshaw. It's an amazing book. And then there is this book, I forgot the name, but it's about inner child related by Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese master. And there is another beautiful book called Inner Critic, Embracing Your Inner Critic by Hal and Sidra Stone. Yes, I think this will do. If we read these three books, you will know a lot about inner child already. And then you can, if at all possible, you can also do some courses on inner child. If possible through QLU, otherwise anywhere that you resonate. The point is to heal
Ma'am
ourselves.
Harika, we have not I. Manoj has set WhatsApp group in which people are sharing the name of books and the books PDF as well to read, uh, which are uh, which help to heal and which help to read about meditation and everything. So
Amazing.
there is a great help from Sir Manoj as well for
Yeah,
all of us.
really. That's true. And we must all thank Manoj ji for creating this beautiful platform. And Shaila ji, you are really doing a great job organizing this. Yes, you want to say something? I'd be happy
Uh,
from you. I see you, throughout the class, so bright and beautiful.
Lean has shared her.
Hi, how are you? My name is Lean. I'm from Jordan. Actually, I'm really happy attending this session today. It's like a message to me from the universe to attend this amazing session, actually. Yes, I want to share something is that in my new spiritual journey, because I'm in a spiritual relationship, a twin flame. And before knowing any of these, my life was just normal, like eating, drinking, sleeping, waking up. And I was really like, my family really told me that you look fat, you look ugly, nobody loves the ugly people, and blah 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 from these things. And once upon a time, when I was sitting alone and like I was super angry, I want to heal. There is something inside I want to get rid of. And then I thought, God, oh my God, was I born to just get suffered like this? I was angry. And then at that moment, there's a person who just show up on the Facebook and Instagram, and he is a healer, a life coach. And once I met him, it's like I felt, yani, his face was full of light. I didn't know why. It felt like I knew him from really long time ago, and I loved him really. Like in a couple of weeks, maybe I deeply loved him. I never loved anyone before. So by time I started to know that he's my twin flame, but none of us was that aware about this journey and this spiritual connection by the heart chakra. So he once hurt me a lot, like deeply hurt me. Like I was sending him love messages a lot, and I was receiving his energy, his love energy, but he kept hiding it. And instead of saying the truth, he truly hurt me. He called me, and I never want to see you again. I never want to hear from you. I'm blah blah blah. And I spent 3 years trying to heal from that pain, that sharp pain. And yesterday I get help from it totally. It was yesterday. So you teach me how to forgive. You teach me that really maybe his inner child was hurt. He's hurt from maybe there's a girl, maybe she left him alone, or the death of his mother and father, because his mother and father died. So really thank you, because you're helping me with awakening. I feel more awakened. I feel like more forgiving him. We are in a separation now, and I totally like he's chasing me on Instagram, so I deleted everything so he don't chase me. So just I want to be by myself. I want to heal. But now you give me that feeling like I truly love him no matter what. And I'm sure one day when he get really held, when he get more calm and everything, he will come back. So thank you very much. Thank you for helping me. Thank you.
That's amazing, Lean. That's really amazing. Um, I'm glad it helped you. And once we love ourselves, then everything is so loving. So I see that you are on this. Thank you. And
Yes,
yes,
thank you, Lane, for sharing your whole story, the everything. Thank you, Harika ji, for all the love and for all the sharing.
thank you. Thank you, Shaila ji. And thank you all, friends. I'll be, if there are any questions and anything you want to contact me, you can always ask our friends, Manoj ji and Shaila ji, and take my number. Or, you can always visit our website, Quantum Life University website, and contact us. We'll be very, very happy to get in touch with you in case you're interested. So just wanted to say that, and thank you so much for this beautiful opportunity. I'm really, really, really happy that it helped many of you. It touched you so deeply. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.